want to talk to you about the habit of living financially wise. I know it's difficult and I know it's tough, but we can understand something of this wonderful habit and principle if we see money for what it is. Money is in all circumstances a blessing and not something that need to be hoarded. I don't need to multiply and build big money reserves. It should be a blessing for me, for us, and for everybody around us. So one thing that many couples do suffer under is the issue of debt. And we want to encourage you to lift the burden of debt in your life, even if it might mean a very difficult season to get out of debt. I recall in our life many years ago, we found that we were so deep in debt that it was very difficult for us. So we made a decision back then that we're going to get out of debt and we don't want to owe anybody anything at all. So I went to the bank manager and I asked for a loan for 5 years with a fixed premium to be paid back every month. And we did just that. We got out of debt. And for 5 years, we went through a very difficult time because we tore up all our credit cards and we lived on a cash basis. But after 5 years, we were out of debt and we were so light, and the burden, that heavy burden of financial difficulties was lifted off our shoulders.
We want to encourage you, and that is to live a lifestyle of a giver. And one of the things that we just want to speak about also, I just want to say what Alan just confirmed what he said, that if you've, for instance, just the debt part, if you've got an account at Truworths, you become a slave of Truworths and you can only buy at Truworths. And then you get the 6 months to pay at Truworths. So I just want to let you think a bit about maybe the blouse that you're wearing is not yours, but it's still Truworths because you haven't paid it off. So we want to encourage you, and that is to get out of debt, because then at that time you can be so obedient because you've got finances in your hand that when God says give, that you'll become a giver without any questions, and trust God and be obedient just in that. That's what we've truly learned in our marriage, is to be good givers.
Things like tithing and sowing will bless your life because God responds positively to a cheerful giver, the Bible says. So when you're out of debt, when that burden is lifted, you can become a giver and you can become financially wise. Now, probably a few practical things is don't fly higher than your wings can carry you, number one. And number two, don't compare with the Joneses, so to speak. There's a joke of this guy saying, I just got out of debt and then my neighbor bought a new 4x4. Can you understand? If I'm always competing, I will always try to keep up with my friends and family and the Joneses. Don't do it. You're an individual, you're a couple, you are responsible for living financially wise between the two of you. So we want to encourage you, just enjoy financial wisdom.